The Sibos Talent Accelerator Route, known as the STAR program, brings together women in finance and champions the leaders of tomorrow.
The scholarship recognises women who have made an outstanding contribution to their organisations and aims to provide a platform to foster meaningful professional connections.
And I'm delighted to say that we are now joined by two of this year's STAR scholars. They're Zeynep Hatunoğlu, Senior Regional Manager, International Banking for Aktif Yatırım Bankası, AS. Also with us is Sharon Colaco, who's Relationship Director, Fintech and Non-Bank Financial Institutions at Barclays. Welcome, both of you.
Hello.
Very impressive.
Thank you.
Zeynep, this is your first Sibos. What has made the most impact on you so far?
Actually, thank you for having me in here. It's my first Sibos, so I'm quite excited. You know, like everybody knows, Sibos is the best place for both fintech companies and for the financial institutions. You know, in the FI industry, 90% of our business is to manage good and solid business relationship with our clients. That's why it's really enjoyable for me to meet with our partners face to face, with whom we already communicate on daily basis and hold bilateral meetings to expand our existed business relationship and also start new partnerships with the new partners.
Sharon, of course, it's your first Sibos as well. What's made the biggest impact on you so far? What have you enjoyed the most?
Firstly, thank you for having us here. And yes, it is my first Sibos, and can I just say it's absolutely fantastic to be here. You can feel the energy of this place just coming through. I think the sheer scale of Sibos offers such an opportunity to have so many of our key leaders and policymakers of our industry under one roof. It also allows for, I think, really deep learning opportunities from all the thought leadership pieces and all the amazing plenary sessions taking place through the course of the week, where you have seasoned industry experts speaking on really complex industry topics, like AI, for example. Everyone's talking about it. Its applications in fin-crime capabilities, embedded finance and tokenization, and what that means for our industry, sustainability, and you're trying to solve for interoperability of payment networks. So a lot of stimulating content coming through, and I think that's been really valuable exposure. My personal conference favorite has been the opportunity to connect with my exceptionally talented STAR peers. And I think also the opportunity to connect with colleagues and senior leadership and clients and contacts from across the globe, who you normally just see on Teams, and it's not the same thing, you know. So the opportunity to build those human personal connections, I think, has been really rewarding, and I believe that can translate into a positive business impact as well through the months ahead.
Sure.
So let's talk about why we're here, the STAR Scholarship. Zeynep, what's the scholarship brought to you then as a high potential professional within the industry?
I mean, first of all, coming together with all these women in the finance industry, like myself, who are dedicated themselves to the finance industry in the city, which is the heart of finance, is incredibly valuable. And also, plus, all the group mentoring sessions that we're having will provide us significant network opportunities and also good learning skills, especially in the later stages of our careers, I believe.
I mean, you're surrounded by leaders. You're yourselves seen as leaders within your organizations and here at Sibos. Sharon, I want to ask you, you know, in your leadership position when it comes to diversity, what do you suggest or recommend to the industry to really kind of bring that up into the forefront when it comes to supporting more diversity in this industry?
Diversity is such a broad topic,
It
isn't
is.
it? Look, I think when we speak of diversity, we all know that it's been a journey and we've come a long way, but recognize there's more to be done. And really at the heart of it all, if you think about it, it's what are we trying to do to make society a better place, people more accepting of each other, and how do you create a more inclusive and equitable ecosystem that translates into a better colleague and client experience and ultimately also helps you tap into innovation and growth. I think thoughtful organizational strategies is probably a good place to start. For instance, how are you shaping your recruitment practices to build that diverse talent pool? How effective are your mentorship programs? Are you enabling the right support infrastructure to help colleagues thrive and succeed, irrespective of their ethnic or socioeconomic backgrounds? And is your leadership intentional and empathetic towards this cause? Because I believe those are important traits in going a long way to shape the right culture. At Barclays, I can say that there has been a deliberate focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion, and how we can drive consistent action. Speaking from a woman's perspective, I've been a bit fortunate to have good mentors in my career, and I think strong sponsorship and mentorship can really be powerful if done the right way, and can help you find a voice and can champion women progressing into senior leadership roles, which I think our industry can get a bit better at, to be honest. And male allies, not only women, but male allies also have a huge part to play in all of this. And lastly, I'll just say that something I focus on at Barclays and I'm involved in and what's close to my heart is leading the multicultural race agenda, where we organize events and podcasts and networking sessions. Where I work, we have colleagues from over 40 different nationalities. And when you think of diversity, it's really about, I think, appreciating different perspectives, encouraging authenticity to bring your true selves at work, and being empathetic. Because at the end of the day, I think it's an intellectual endeavor to appreciate people different than you are. And I think it's something worth thinking about.
Yeah.
Zeynep, if we could share the same question with you, what would you like to see changing within the industry that could encourage more diversity?
So I'm totally agree with what Sharon said earlier. Like diversity is a huge topic, but like during the last years, I guess this industry has made such a good progress. And like for in terms of diversity, for both cultural and gender diversity, for example, most of the big financial companies nowadays, they try to give work opportunities to the international peoples who are not living in their home countries. And on the gender side, now in the hiring side, lady candidates have like quasi-equivalent chances as much as man candidates have. So yes, we made a good progress, but maybe like it will get even better in the near future, I hope.
Well, really, this program, the STAR Scholarship Program, is really about creating those strong foundations. And Sharon, wanted to pick up on something that you said. The strong mentorship is actually a very critical part of this. Part of the STAR Scholarship offers up the mentor sessions. What do you hope to get out of it?
Yeah, I think, first of all, the connectivity of the network with the star peers, being in the same space as these 30 incredibly driven and talented women, having the chance to connect and share our experiences and advice with one another and just learn from each other, I think has been a really rewarding experience. And the mentorship sessions I'm really looking forward to. I mean, it's just day one. We have the whole week to get through. But, we had a breakfast briefing today, and, you've got really seasoned industry experts come and talk to us and share their career experiences and advice and their journey, and talk candidly about the struggles they faced and how they overcame those challenges. And I think that's really valuable insight. It makes you think about it from a different perspective. It makes you think of things you hadn't thought about before. And it makes you think about how to instill some of those best practices in your own career journey. So that's what I'm taking away. I think that's been incredibly valuable insight. And I think ultimately all of this exposure just helps you become a more weathered professional and hopefully a better leader for tomorrow.
And Zeynep, a big part of Sibos is the bridge building, the networking across countries and cultures and ideas. I believe you've lived in many countries over the years. How has this diverse international experience influenced your approach to working in the financial industry?
Yeah, I just had chance to complete my both undergrad and postgrad degree in abroad. So I'm both fluent in English and French. And thanks to my language skills during my college life, I had chance to touch so many international people, and meeting with these international people, I got familiar with so many different cultures so far. That's why now, during the FI life, I just mentioned business relationship communication is the core part. That's why I can easily understand their needs, and I'm trying to respond to their needs accordingly. That's why I guess these two skills that I had chance to develop in my young ages led me a good advantage on my job that I'm currently pursuing right now.
That's great. And Sharon, congratulations, by the way, you've been asked to take on new responsibility, new role for you at Barclays. Want to ask you, what are you looking forward to in that role, and what opportunities do you see for Barclays?
Yeah, I think Barclays has been a sort of early mover in terms of investing and committing to the fintech sector, and we continue to grow that through the organization. The part about my role or my job that I enjoy the most is still the same. It's connecting with clients, being a sort of trusted advisor to them, having those deep conversations about their needs and objectives, and really trying to create a positive impact when we can deliver a solution that's safe and sustainable. There's a lot of talk with Sibos in Asia this year. There's a lot of talk about the opportunities of this region, and Asia is undoubtedly a key contributor to global growth, with 60% of the world's population, 50% of global GDP. And within that, you have the Middle East, where I'm based, which is uniquely positioned in the middle between the East and the West, right? So it lies at the heart of a system of global trade and cross-border payments. And the UAE, where I work, is seeing strong levels of demand for investment and growth, particularly in the payments, digital innovation, sustainability, and financial inclusion space. And that is fueling a thriving fintech ecosystem. And our investment strategy in the sector continues to grow, including platform upgrades in the Middle East and other regions. And I think that positions us really well to bring our global expertise to clients in the region. Barclays is often referred to as the home of fintech because we've spent years developing the expertise to understand and bank the sector. And we like to think of ourselves as a one-stop shop. And that's what I'm looking forward to the most, to be honest, playing my small part in continuing that legacy, and in partnership with my colleagues and stakeholders, delivering for our clients.
Well, guys, it's great to have you here on Sibos TV on day one of Beijing 2024. We wish you a wonderful Sibos.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. We like to think of ourselves as a good one-stop shop for all top content here in Beijing. That's Zeynep Hatunoğlu, Senior Regional Manager, International Banking for Aktif, Yatırım, Bankası AS. Also with Sharon Colaco, who's a Senior Relationship Director, Fintech and Non-Bank Financial Institutions at Barclays. Thanks again, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.